Well, here we are in Blackpool on the promenade on Moving Sunday, and it's busy, it's amazing, and this is why we love Blackpool. Look at the tower, smiling swirl in all its glory.
I can taste the salt.
The sea is quite high. Seagulls are after people's lunches.
As always.
I watched a young lady having a Greg's pie, and
there are other pies you can buy.
There are other pies you can buy, but she was having a Greg's pie, and the seagull swooped down, had its feet on it, but didn't quite get it. And there's somebody stood by the water.
I wouldn't get that.
The seas of Blackpool are very treacherous. Let's have a little look at the power of the sealeries. But it's lovely to see Blackpool. Busy, look at the sea there. Wow. Whoa. They actually can take you in.
Drag you in.
It can drag you in. But people don't know. The immense power of the water. Here, look at that. Big shout out to the RNLI, by the way. They do an amazing job for this town.
Very salty.
All voluntary. No doubt they'll be busy today, because Blackpool is busy.
It's treacherous, that sea. Absolutely treacherous. It'll drag you in and out of that.
It must be high tide today.
It is high tide.
What we'll do is we'll walk down the promenade, and then we'll take a little cut through.
I feel quite seasick actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's coming over here.
I hope people are enjoying our vlogs.
It's very silly getting that close because it can drag you in.
It can drag you in. It can drag you in, and it's many people over the years, unfortunately, have died off the coast of Blackpool. They have.
That's how far it's coming inland.
So let's have a little look down here. Turn the camera around. So, can you see the water where it's actually coming over? So you want to try and avoid, if you don't want wet underpants or wet knickers, walking in that part of the promenade. So you can see it coming through.
It has been up to here by the look of it.
Oh. It's not always like this in Blackpool, by the way. You don't always have high tides like this, but
these are proper winter tides, aren't they?
well, spring tides.
But if you go in that public, it'll drag you back in.
The potential is there to drag you back into the water. You can lose your footing, and then you just fall into the water, and that's what happens. I hope she doesn't get wet, or it's an electric chair, isn't it? I hope she doesn't get wet. She's going to get soaking wet. Not the most brightest thing to do. It's to damage your wheelchair if she gets it wet, surely.
Look at that. I've not seen it like that for a while.
I haven't seen it like this for a while.
Sensible people stay away from the seawall.
Well, I've got to say that alcohol can be a contributing factor to going into the sea. Many people visit Blackpool and they have a little bit too much to drink, and they unfortunately end up in the water. Well, that's where our wonderful Royal National Lifeboat Institution, the RNLI, help. Look at Blackpool Tower. Wow.
I think sometimes people don't realise the power of the waves, do they?
And the old Woolworths building, 1930s Art Deco.
And interesting fact.
What's the interesting fact, Louise?
The Albert and the Lion actually isn't. It was supposed to be done on a poem.
Right.
But they got the name wrong. It's the Lion and Albert.
Right.
And it's a famous poem about Blackpool.
I'm lucky that I've got my external microphone on today because the wind would have drowned out what we're trying to say. So as we approach the comedy carpet,
It's got some beautiful architecture on the old walls building.
it has indeed. Apparently they're building apartments there. I'm not too sure if they're building apartments, so they're building something up there. Someone's bought the rooms above the Wetherspoons. And there's the dungeons.
And the tower.
Blackpool Tower.
That had millions spent on it, didn't it? Was
So
it
the
millions?
comedy carpet,
Thousands spent on it.
the comedy carpet, amazing. I was there for the opening of the comedy carpet. Ken Dodd actually opened the comedy carpet, and Live in Blackpool was there. I have to try and find the report we did. But that was a wonderful day.
Ken Dodd
Hang on.
was actually renowned.
Hang on, Louise.
Yeah.
You go on.
Sorry, Ken Dodd was renowned for going on stage and not ever wanting to come off. So you'd buy your ticket, maybe it was an hour and a half. He'd go on for 3-4 hours sometimes, and he wouldn't come off stage.
That's so true. I mean, I worked at the Winter Gardens in the 1980s. I was only a young lad, and I worked at the Winter Gardens, and I actually worked taking tickets on the door before I did my training. And Ken Dodd, we was like on till finish. I always wondered why it said till finish, because Ken Dodd, they had to turn the microphone off at one stage and the lights, and he'll still be stood on stage shouting, not shouting, but telling his jokes.
Spiel.
It was telling his jokes to the audience, and everyone stayed, and nobody could get him off the stage. And he'll be going off the stage about midnight. It was meant to end at 10 o'clock. So all these people, they all missed the buses home. But that's Ken Dodd. Ken Dodd, amazing man.
We also have a story about a Ken Dodd poster and a Hoover, but that's a different matter, isn't
People
it?
don't want to know about the Ken Dodd and the poster. They probably do, but they'll all be asking now, what's the Ken Dodd and the poster?
Oh dear.
If you ask nicely, I'll tell you at the next vlog. The Ken Dodd poster on the Hoover. Anyway, let's spin it around to look over there. Now, the eagle-eyed amongst us can clearly see a sign that says Wendy's. Now, if you've been to the USA, you know what Wendy's is all about. They are the most amazing burgers. But I'm not allowed them at the moment because I'm on a strict diet because I've got the London Marathon in 4 weeks. And we are ready for the London Marathon, aren't we, Louise? We're ready. We've done about 120,000 steps this week. We did the Great North Run last year. Well, we've done our last 7 London Marathons. It's our 8th consecutive London Marathon. If people want to sponsor us, they can do. Drop a couple of quid in the old pot there.
Even a pound?
If you don't ask, you don't get, people. But we do donate a lot of our own money as well. And we're supporting a charity called Victor this year, which is a charity close to home, and it raises money. Should we cross? We can't cross there as a trampoline. It's pulling over actually. So we support a blind charity called Victor. Now Victor makes our young kids and young adults, their lives a little bit better. So that's why we do it. Anyway, so I'm going to spin the camera around. So there's men working on a large sign. So we cross the road and try and get a little peekaboo inside Wendy's. So people are working around. Morning, mate. So this is Wendy's. A little cheeky view inside. Don't know if you can see. but they're doing a wonderful job getting it ready. And Wendy's is going to be a great addition to Blackpool. It's even got self-service. Now Wendy's is like a square burger, and square burger patties, and they are very nice. And we're just walking to Viva now. Normally Lee D. Johns is around, but he's working late last night.
And introducing the very best talented local performers.
Things going on at Viva.
We've always been great supporters of Viva. Decker's Rewind, that's a good show.
All the shows I've been to there have been good.
They've always been fantastic. Amazing. So we're just walking through now the Blackpool town centre. If you want souvenirs, lots of souvenir shops here in Blackpool. You can buy your... Do they still sell Kiss Me Quick hats?
Yes, they do.
Do
They
they?
do indeed.
Do they? I've not seen one for a long time.
They sell all sorts, buckets and spades.
I don't think they sell Kiss Me Quick hats anymore.
They do sell Kiss Me Quick hats. I've seen them, and candy floss.
Does anybody know whether they still sell Kiss Me Quick hats? I don't think they do.
I think they do.
So, another interesting
It's
fact.
Kiss Me Quick and Squeeze Me Slow.
I don't think they do those hats anymore.
They do.
But anyway,
No.
just above us on Temple Street, can you see that? Now that is not the original. The original was unfortunately damaged. In fact, it was taken down. And there's a blue plaque, and it's called the Temple of Art. The Three Graces, sorry. So the Three Graces. So this is a plastic replica. It was renovated in 1988. So we're going to catch up Louise and do a little bit of a jog. So outside the Grand Theatre, Sir Bob Matcham's masterpiece. It's all been done up recently. They've had a grant. And it's all been the external part of it. They can do. Hope people are enjoying our little vlog from the Blackpool Town Centre on Mothering Sunday. It has an escape room. I've never done it. Oh yes, I've never done it on an escape room.
I'd be still in there.
It'd be a good team building event if you've got a business. Now down here, is it Dirty Blondes?
Yeah.
Dirty Blondes are down there. It's down there.
This is part of the ghost tour.
It is. Now Stephen Mercer takes you down here. Somebody was murdered down that alleyway. A lady of the night. Is that correct?
I'm not sure it was a lady.
I think it was.
Possibly,
I think it was. And Stephen Mercer does a great ghost walk. And he takes you down here and he tells you the story in great detail. It's obviously family friendly as well, but he does tell you in great detail, and quite macabre history Blackpool has in some aspects. There has been some grisly going-ons here in Blackpool.
Some very ghostly goings on.
We've been to a few ghost events here in Blackpool, staged by Stephen, and I've always gone with an open mind, and we've seen and experienced some incredible things.
Weird and wonderful things.
Yeah, and if you don't believe,
Go with an open mind.
go on one. Stephen Mercer.
Now these are the arches, aren't they?
Yeah, I can tell you a story about these. These arches, when they were first built, must be nearly 20 years ago. We photographed them from a very early stage. And when they were switched on, I went to the event. It was amazing. But a week later, I went down to take some pictures, because it's great at night. Absolutely fabulous at night.
Didn't we?
We did, and I heard a voice say, "It's Peter, isn't it?" And I said, "Yes." And it was Greg, one of the designers, and he invited me up to a control room nearby. I can't say where it is. and actually turned them on, and it was thrilling to do, and it was so much equipment, very expensive equipment. So this is part of what they call Brilliance Blackpool. I think there are plans to renovate it a little bit, 'cause it's looking a little bit tired. But part of Brilliance Blackpool as well was the fountains, just down here. Now the fountains, they had some technical problem. They don't light up anymore. But again, on Live in Blackpool, the webpage, we do have pictures of the original fountains with the original lights. They still work. The fountains are working now.
The kids love them in summer.
It's amazing in summer. Children running through, adults running through. There are a few too many shandies.
We've run through them in June, haven't we?
We have.
When we did the Pride.
You're letting all our secrets out, Louise. So, should we walk near there? Well, we can walk near there, and then we can double back and walk through Aberdeen Street Market. So, the Winter Gardens, the majestic Winter Gardens to my right. Always looks good. I worked there. I really had a great time when I was a young man working there. Then I had to get a proper job.
The big boy job.
Yeah. So here's the fountains. How cool do they look? Oh, little squirty ones. Oh, little squirty little.
The wind's a bit blowy today, though, isn't it?
It's a little bit blowy.
This is the church, which at night time it looks absolutely beautiful.
It's all lit up.
Isn't it?
It is.
The old stained glass window.
Now down here, there's a new potato shop opening on Monday, and the first 10 people. No, we're better than walk on the wild. So we're live in Blackpool. That's Stephen Cheatley. Hi guys, you all right? What's your plans for today? Just have a good chill out. Good on you. Don't forget, live in Blackpool. You'll be on it later on. Is that all right? Tell your friends to vote for us. Win the Coastal Awards. Is that all right? Tell all your mates. Support Blackpool. Yeah. Have a good day. All the best. There we go. We have to get all the votes out.
You see, young people are really.
Hang on. Let's turn it around. Go on, Louise.
You see, young people are really friendly in Blackpool. People get the wrong impression of young people, but they are really some nice young people out there.
Oh.
And credit to the parents.
Absolutely. There are lovely young people there. So, as I was saying, there's a couple of new businesses opening down here, which is great for Blackpool. Cafe culture. As we approach what they call Lancashire Jackets, which is opening on Monday. Freshly made jacket potatoes, and at the end of it, it's healthy eating. You know, it depends on what you put inside the jacket potato, but it is healthy eating. It's good for you. And we're going to a Japanese. Is it Japanese? A Japanese late night restaurant, and then just over there to the left of Louise is Aberdeen Street Market, which is like a street food, and they sell things in there as well. This needs to open. It's been shut for far too long. So we'll just walk down the streets as we will make our way back. If you visit Blackpool and you're only here for a few hours, you can park in Sainsbury's for 3 hours. If you overstay 3 hours, then you've got to pay. And there's a camera as you enter and leave. So make sure if you want a few hours to. How are you doing? You're live in Blackpool. This man saved me many years ago. Good to see you again.
You kept me alive in hospital.
I try my best.
You call me a hero. You're my hero.
You're my hero.
Go.
Have a lovely day.
God bless, man.
God bless to you. So we're just on the... He's a lovely man. Many years ago, I'll tell a story now. People know that I work in healthcare, and he just mentioned it, so I'm not disclosing any information. I was walking home after a busy shift, and a group of young men decided to use me as a football, and I was badly injured. But he lived at the houses just on Winnie Hayes Road, and he set his dogs onto them. But the kindness was repaid many years later, as he just mentioned. So it just goes to show life can be so unexpected, Louise, and if you do good things, you are rewarded by doing good things. And life in Blackpool has always been honest. We've never been underhanded in anything that we've done.
Look, Friday fish and chips.
And that's the most important thing. Honest. Anyway, so we're just going to Friday fish and chips. That mustn't be doing the Yorkshire Fisheries any good, for having that next to...
Although for
you pay for quality though. You do pay for quality.
Yeah.
Now, Louise,
yes.
Look at this building here on to the right hand side. Department of Work and Pensions. You are going to have the most amazing building. Look at this.
We've watched it being built, haven't
We have, and
now they're starting to put the plants in.
excuse me, coughing now. It's amazing. It looks amazing. Now, I actually bumped him. Well, I didn't bump into him. I was there taking a few pictures about six months ago, and there was a very well-dressed man stood there, and he started talking to me. And he was the actual architect of this, and he told me it was all built in London.
Well, the plans were, weren't they?
Well, the plans were, and it came in like a kit form. I know it sounds... there's obviously a better phrase or terminology to kit form, but it's obviously properly built.
Well, there's nice little garden areas now. We're getting more greenery in Blackpool Town Centre, aren't we?
It needs it, but it came in like a kit form. Although there's a piece missing there, isn't there?
Oh, yeah.
You've seen that?
Oh, yeah.
So that needs sorting.
That'll be picked up on the snagging list.
But it needs to. Look at the size, and how beautiful does that look? So this is the little green area that Louise mentioned.
That was the dentist surgery is also an old pub facade, isn't it?
Do you know what's the name of the pub?
Was it the Hop Inn?
The Hop Inn. So Blackpool old boys who are now living abroad, I didn't know that's the old Hop Inn. It's now a dental surgery. So although Blackpool are changing buildings and building, they are trying to keep the old structures. In some aspects, that's great. I know that they've knocked quite a few buildings down in Blackpool because they are beyond repair. They can't be saved. So we're walking towards Sainsbury's, and if you can see in front of us, Marco's restaurant, Holiday Inn Hotel. People say Blackpool doesn't have any nice restaurants. Well, we do. We have the Walk-In as well, which has won international awards for its cuisine. So a Marco Pierre White's restaurant in the heart of Blackpool. Absolutely outstanding. And if you like beer, just quickly cross the road before we get run over. If you like beer, Railside Brewhouse, cask ales, lagers, IPAs. We don't drink, but if you do, that's a very good place to go. Let's have a look at the menu. So they've got a menu here, so you can have food as well, and it's quite competitive. They've got little burger stations, they call them Fleetwood Dock, Livingston Towns, Kirkham, Wesham, Poultley. Oh, I like the little name game. Play on words. So, where's Louise gone? Lost her now. Where's she gone? She does this, she just vanishes. Oh, she's over there. She's like, how did she get there so quick? I was looking around for you, saying, where have you gone? I don't know how she does it. She's like, moves very quick. So, anyway, I was going to end the vlog, Louise. Have you got anything to say? What have you got to say?
If you come and join us in Blackpool, you're absolutely welcome.
I think that's
fantastic.
I think that's a good way to end the vlog.
Yeah.
Have a lovely day.